One and action.
Hey, what's up, people? My name is Wyre, the Love Child. I'm a reggae and dancehall artist and a music producer. On the Zannaziki All Stars album, I featured on the remix of Kaigwa, and it was an old folk song back in the days. And Zannaziki did a remix, and that really took off some time back. I grew up listening to that tune right there, and when Suzanne got in touch with me in regards to do another remix, a comeback remix, I was like, yo, definitely. I grew up on this tune, so why not be on it? It's got a lot of life teachings, you know. It's comparing life to weaving a basket. So every step of the way that you use any technique that you use to weave the basket determines the end product. And in a way, that's how you can compare that to life, in short. I got a call from Suzanne in regards to the project. We actually didn't get to be in the studio together, but when I got to the studio, the producer had laid the track, and I loved the whole new school vibe that it gave it. She still had the old hook and the same melodies on it. So my challenge was to bring a whole new school vibe, and that was the dancehall vibe that I did on it. And after I voiced it, I didn't listen to it for a while. Then the producer sent it to me a couple of weeks later, and I definitely loved how it sounded eventually. I remember being in the studio with Suzanne eventually and jamming to the song, and she was like, yo, I'm loving the sound. And I felt so proud to be on that project because I really looked up to Suzanne. This year I'm celebrating 20 years in the music industry, and I grew up on musically speaking's music, you know, back in the days. So I really looked up to them as a group, and I just want to say thank you for paving the way for us, because we're still here in the game. If it wasn't for you guys starting off the whole new urban sound, we wouldn't be here right now. So big up Suzanne and the crew. I think the first time I ever heard a Kenyan production featuring hip-hop music or dancehall it came from back then from Samawati. And that was one of the biggest production houses back then. So the fact that they dared to bring in the new urban sound to Kenya, and which hadn't been heard before, I found it very bold, because back then I always used to wonder, okay, when are we going to start doing this new kind of urban music in Kenya? Because guys only used to think of Benga or Mugithi back then. Nobody would dare to do that hip-hop or dancehall tunes back then. Big up people like Five Alive, Hardstone, K-South Flavor for bringing that new vibe. And it was because of Suzanne and Samawati Studios that happened. So I have a lot of respect for her, you know, for being bold to step into an area that nobody had before. Suzanne in 3 words. 1, daring, bold, and trendsetter. One thing I will never forget, which I think was such a blessing to the Kenyan music industry, was Beats of the Season, and I think that was a brainchild. And that event in itself gave so many artists a platform, you know, to showcase their music. I myself, with Necessary Noise, got one of our biggest platforms on that stage on Beats of the Season. So big up Suzanne, trendsetter. Hope you enjoyed the album. Boom.